Here's the real money framework. As I explained to you guys, I had an entrepreneurial journey. I'd struggled a lot to kind of figure out, because everybody who's in a 9 to 5, you have the basics. You get this check, you know your monthly expenses are, you got your rent, your whatever, you're fixing your variable expenses. And you're like, okay, cool. I allocate this much when I get paid. Boom, it's done. You know what you got left over. But as entrepreneurs, we have this huge variable amount that we make. One month could be 15, the next month is 30. And you're like, what the flying fuck? You just don't know what your numbers are. And so it makes it really difficult to manage and to track and to put away money and to do things that you want to do, because there's no structure. This is the way I had to move to create a structure that makes sense for me as an entrepreneur and my team. It's a straight talking system to finally take control of your business and personal cash. No office, no accountant, just clear numbers and freedom. The real problem is you're not broke, you're just blind. Most home service business owners make solid money, but have zero systems. Everything hits one bank account: business expenses, personal bills, materials, random charges, and it's complete chaos. You don't know where your money's going or what you actually keep. And you might even have a business account, but it's likely still very unorganized. This system fixes that, and it tells your money exactly where to go before it disappears. No fancy software needed, just structure that works from your phone. Your business is your money machine. So you don't need a warehouse, a front office, a CFO to run a profitable company. You need structure. Your truck is your office, and your phone is your command center, and your numbers are your roadmap. So know what it costs. Track every recurring expense your business has each month, variable plus fixed. Divide that by 2. That's your bi-weekly target, and hit it fast. Race to cover that within the first week of each month. Everything after is clean profit, or what I call a honeypot. Calculate exactly what your fixed expenses are and your variable expenses. We have gas, that's a variable. You have your fixed, which is software. You have your fixed, which is the Launchify expense, $13.33 a month. You have your variable, which is your business material expenses. Figure out exactly what's your average monthly variable plus fixed expenses number and get that number down. If you have to go through your bank statements and count through it, I would say do it. Now, I use this thing called Copilot. It's a really cool app if you guys want to check it out. This actually helped me to track. It goes through all of your bank statements for you. It helped me a lot with this, so I didn't have to go through all my shit manually. But it's called Copilot. I think it's only on iPhones though, so I'm not really sure if it's on Androids. You can go through your dashboard, your transactions, et cetera, and it'll basically organize everything into buckets, so you know exactly what your cash flow is. In your dashboard, you can see all of your categories. So you have insurance, gym, subscriptions, household, food and drink, et cetera. It categorizes everything, so you know exactly what on average you're spending on each category. Obviously, for your business, you're going to have to look at what's business, what's personal, and then split it up, which we'll get into in a little bit, how to do this whole system with your business and personal, because it works for both. And ideally, you're going to want to pair them both together so it works cohesively. But you kind of got to know exactly what you got going on before we can even get started. And you divide that by 2. So Dalton.
When you say hit it fast, you mean try to make whatever that biweekly number is in revenue or in profit after paid workers?
In revenue. And so your paid workers are going to be included in the business expenses. So here is your expenses. This is like a mock scenario. You got to know what it costs to run. Write down every single thing that your business spends money on each month. Be honest, round up if you're not sure. It's better to come up extra than come up short. And so you kind of want to, again, if you're not really sure if it's kind of variable and it's here or there, maybe buy $40 or buy $100 or 200, just go the higher route. This is my total. The common business expenses: gas for your truck or rig, soap, squeegees, towels, filter tools, payroll for each tech, pay if you have a crew, phone bill and insurance, CRM or scheduling software, marketing system like Launchify, Facebook ad spend, miscellaneous stuff like storage and subscriptions. So again, pro tip, always round up. You'd rather have an extra $200 a month than be short and scrambling. All right. So here's a real numbers example. Here's what a typical home service business might spend each month. Add yours up. This becomes your monthly or your business monthly number, your BMN. So your expenses: tech pay, let's say $2,500, gas and tools, $600, insurance plus phone, $300, CRM software, $100, Launchify, $13.33, ad spend, $800, miscellaneous expenses, $200. Your total would be $58.33. That's your business expenses. That's what you need to make every single month to even be able to take profit at all. Step 2 is you divide that. So by 2, that becomes $2,916. So it's $2,916. So you're going to take your business monthly number and cut it in half. In this example, $58.33 divided by 2 is $2,916. That's your 2-week target. So the way this works is you're going to take your total number and within that first, let's say the start of the month, your first 2 weeks in the month, you're going to shoot for that target as soon as possible. So you're going to try to go for $2,916 in the bank account in revenue. Ideally, you do it within the first week of the 2 weeks, because then the rest of the time that you have remaining in that 2-week period, you can take that as pure profit. That's honeypot money. And so that's, if you have a business partner, that's split between you and your business partner with whatever you guys divide into. That's how you do it. This is the amount that keeps the company alive. When you hit this number, your truck is paid for, your systems are covered, your ads keep running, your crew gets paid, and everything functions properly. So you're never scrambling. This is your breath money, the number that lets you sleep at night knowing your business is covered. All right. So step 3, again, hit it fast. So your mission is simple. Hit it within 5 to 7 days of the month. And then you have all your spend, your tax, gas, insurance, everything critical is covered. Race to hit your 2-week target as fast as possible. Day 1 through 7, days 8 through 14, every dollar. 8 through 14 would be pure profit. Days 15 to 30, you're in control and you keep stacking wins. So track your progress daily. If you hit 29.16 by day 5, the rest of the 2-week period is all gravy. Speed beats size every time. Step 4, move overflow to profit. Open a second checking account, call it profit or overflow. Once your half is hit, all the new income moves here, and this is clean money. That's separate from your operating expenses. So all of your expenses that you guys have, your subscriptions, your variable fixed expenses, your truck, everything would be connected to one account, one card. And that's where you keep your 29.16 or your 50% of the total monthly revenue that you hit each biweekly. Then you have your overflow. That's where you take your profit. You can do this monthly. I found that it works best biweekly, but it's totally up to you. If you guys want to do it monthly, you go for $5,800. And then the rest of the month is pure profit. It just depends on how you want to do it. Let's say you make $8,000 in a month, $5,833 covers all of your costs, $2,167 is clean profit. That $2,167 moves your profit account. You don't touch the business account. For personal bills, your business pays you after it's profitable, not before. Pro tip, you don't need an accountant for this. You just need 2 accounts and discipline. Set it up in 10 minutes.
I'm going to pause you for 10 seconds. If you run a home service business and you want to add $15,000 to $30,000 more onto your schedule each month, we built a digital door knocking system that uses Instagram and Facebook to bring in leads. AI callers call, quote, close, and book jobs right into your CRM, all while you're sleeping or you're hanging out with friends or family. Click the link below the video and I'll show you exactly how we do this step by step.
Let's talk personal money. Once you pull profit from your business, that becomes your personal income. Now it's time to make that money work for you instead of vanishing into random expenses and guesswork. Write it down in your personal bills. You're going to do the same thing with each. If you have a business partner, you both write down your personal expenses and understand exactly what you need to make profit to cover your expenses. And then what after left over of profit is honeypot money or stuff that you can invest, stuff that you can, save towards a Raptor, or like I'll explain a little bit here. And so basically you're going to go ahead and do the same process for you. And that's the profit. So again, write it down. Compare to business profits, see if what you cleared actually covers what you need, set rules for your money, just decide where every dollar goes before you spend it. And so the way this works is like you can break it down to your personal expenses. You know exactly how much revenue you need to hit to cover your personal expenses based on your profit. Once you know that, okay, cool. If I hit $30,000, if I hit 50, if I hit 80, $100,000 this month, I get to take home this much and I should be able to invest this into this. You really have a plan. You know exactly what you can do. And so your personal monthly number, write down everything you actually spend in your personal life, be real with yourself and what it costs to live right now. So you have rent or your mortgage, which most people is $1,600. You have truck payment, $800, groceries, $400, utilities, $250, insurance, $150, gas, miscellaneous spending, $300. Your total monthly would be $3,500. So that's your PMN, your personal monthly number. Now you know exactly what you need to survive and live comfortably. Compare business profit to personal needs. Let's say you hit $8,000 a month after expenses, you cleared $2,167. That's your pay. Now compared it to personal needs, if your PMN is $3,500, you're short. If you hit 8,000, your business expenses should be too hefty. It just depends on how your business is operating. If you have, this is kind of going to give you a visual. If you need to make more money, if you need to cut expenses. So again, I'll explain here. Like if you're short, you raise prices, add more jobs, or cut lifestyle expenses. If your PMN is 2,500, you got 667 left over. Stack it into savings, invest, or reward yourself. So you know exactly what you can afford. That new toy, that trip, that Raptor. Not guess, just hope this is control. Set rules for your money. Once your profit, this is when you get to a point where, again, it's like an excess. So your profit is a huge excess. If you're under, you need to just work on making more, cutting personal and business expenses. But again, if it's an excess, you can do this. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. You take your profit that you take home after your personal expenses, everything's covered in the business, and then you take home your personal expenses. Again, your honeypot money at the end of the road. You could take this and do 50-30-20 with it. So you pay yourself. This covers your personal monthly number and daily life. It's like just personal, everything you need. And you reinvest into a business or new equipment. If you want to reinvest back into the business, or you can reinvest into stocks, into another business venture, into whatever you want to do. And then you have save and invest. So you're going to do 50-30-20. So pay yourself, reinvest in the business, save or invest. All right. And then you have play money. The fun stuff like toys, travel, upgrades comes after all three are done. You'll stop feeling broke because you know exactly what's yours versus what's your business. Ideally, there's ways to restructure this. If you want to do more in your savings, you don't have to do just 50-30-20. You can take a percentage off the top and then split it 50, 30, 20. Let's say you wanted to tuck away for a fun goal, take 20% off the top and then take that amount and divide it into these 3 buckets. All right, you have the 2 account systems. This is the simplest way to separate business from personal without needing complicated bookkeeping or an accountant. Business account, all income hits here first, expenses, ads, tech pay, all come out of this. Money sits in, 50% target is covered biweekly. And then you have your overflow money, which is once the 50%, you have your 50% covered in the monthly expenses. It's hit biweekly. This is clean profit. You pull your paycheck from this account based on your rules. Personal account, you have your paycheck lands here. This pays rent, groceries, truck, daily life, and personal bills are your free cash. Business, profit, personal is what it is. Then you have savings. That's the flow and the freedom. So this is your monthly review routine. At the end of each month, spend 15 minutes reviewing 4 simple questions. How fast did I hit my 50% in the business? Did you hit it in 5 days, 10 days? Track your speed. On average, how much do you need to make to hit that in 2 days? How much do you need to make to cover that in the first day? That'll give you a goal. So then you can set goals based off of your actual numbers, which is the most effective way to do things. How much profit did I actually keep? Move to the profit account after expenses. You can also know, again, how much more do I need to make to be happy? Did my take home cover my personal life? Were you short or did you have money left over? Make more, cut expenses, right? How much is stacking or slipping? Are savings growing or are things leaking somewhere? If you hit all 4, you're winning. If you didn't, it's data, adjust, and run back the next month. All right, so the real rules of money. Save me from going broke when business took off. It's not about making more. It's about knowing what you keep every single job. Okay, so speed beats size. It's not about bigger checks. It's about hitting your 50% faster. Okay, your truck is your office. You don't need overhead. Just structure so you can track from your phone. Profit buys freedom, not one big score, consistent money you can count on and control. Pay yourself last, protect what's yours. Business comes first, but once it's covered, okay, money is not emotional, it's math. And when you know your numbers, you stop reacting, start running the game. A lot of people really fuck up. I did personally when I was first starting out. You spend too much, you're not making enough, and you just have no idea what's going on. You can really, really fuck yourself. Where you start stacking bills, we all know entrepreneurship, money goes up and down. And so when you got all these bills, you're stacking all these bills. I'm doing really well this month. Oh, great. When you know these numbers, you can really stack on bills. I know logically I could throw another $300 bill and be totally fine. Whereas like if you don't have these numbers, you're just like, oh, fuck, another $300 subscription. Let's do it. That's fine. And then the next month's numbers are lower. And you're like, man, I can't even cover my fucking subscription cost. What's going on? I'm broke. Like it's really, really tough. And so you could really fuck yourself if you don't know your numbers. And if you go based off of your numbers to have your goals and then also realistically what you can spend more money on and really go towards, like you can actually like logistically go towards into building like the dream life that you want without like fucking yourself in the end. So that's how we do it. And that's how I recommend to do it. Do you guys have any questions?
Hey, first off, man, that was a really good talk.
Thank you.
I feel like it's something that people never really talk about, in building a business.
Yeah, bro. It's tough because unless you have a business mentor, a lot of people, you're never going to get that out of someone, dude.